All right, let's talk about something we've all struggled with, feeling confident in a conversation. Today, we're going to break down two incredibly simple tricks that are honestly total game changers. One will make sure you never run out of things to say, and the other will help you shut down those annoying questions you just don't want to answer. Ready to feel like a communication master? Let's dive in. I know. That sounds like a pretty wild promise, doesn't it? But stick with me here, because by the end of this, you're going to have a tool that makes this a reality. We're talking about saying goodbye to those awkward, painful silences for good. You know the feeling, that exact moment when the conversation just stalls and your mind goes completely, totally blank. You're just scrambling for something, anything, to say, and the silence feels like it's 100 years long. It's the worst, but it really doesn't have to be. Yeah, let's give this thing a name. It's the conversational dead end. It's when you hit a conversational brick wall and all the energy just fizzles out. Today, we're going to learn how to smash right through that wall. It's a moment of pure social panic, right? You've talked about the weather, you've asked how they are, and now, crickets. They're looking at you, you're looking at them. But what if there was a way to just effortlessly get them to keep the conversation going for you? Well, that brings us to our very first tool, and it's called the parroting technique. And trust me, it sounds almost too simple to work, but it's an incredibly powerful way to keep any chat flowing smoothly. It really is as easy as it sounds. You just take the last couple of keywords someone said, and you say them back with a questioning tone. That's it. It instantly prompts them to tell you more, and it takes all the pressure off you. And you know why it works? Because it shows you're actually listening, and people love that. It makes them feel heard, so they just naturally want to open up more. Okay, check out this example. Someone tells you they just got back from a trip to the mountains. Now, instead of freaking out trying to think of a smart question about mountains, you just say, "The mountains?" And boom, they'll immediately start telling you more. It's an easy win. It shows you're engaged, and it gets them talking about something they're already excited about. It works for literally anything. I'm trying to learn how to bake sourdough. Sourdough? See? It's that simple. So the parroting technique is your secret weapon for keeping conversations alive. Awesome. But what about those times you want to stop a conversation from going somewhere you're not comfortable with? You know, when someone starts asking questions you really don't want to answer? We've all dealt with this. That nosy relative at a family dinner or a coworker who's just a little too pushy. How do you stop them in their tracks without coming across as rude or starting a fight? Let's get into it. And for this, we have our second tool, the broken record method. This one is all about polite, calm repetition. This is how you set a firm boundary and stick to it without ever raising your voice. Okay, so here's the game plan. You figure out one simple, polite sentence that sets your boundary. And then you just repeat that exact same sentence as many times as you need to. You don't explain yourself, you don't justify it. The repetition is the magic here. It sends a super clear message that this topic is closed for discussion, but in a totally non-confrontational way. Let's use a classic example. Someone asks you a really personal question about money. It's awkward, and frankly, it's none of their business. So, your first response is clean, simple, and polite. You're not being mean, you're just stating a fact. I'd prefer not to talk about that. Now, most reasonable people will get the hint, but what about the ones who don't? And here it comes. They push back. They try to make you feel like you're the one being unreasonable. This is the exact moment where the broken record method becomes your best friend. So what do you say next? You say the exact same thing, in the exact same calm tone. I'd prefer not to talk about that. You don't get angry, you don't get defensive, you don't explain why, you just repeat the boundary. By doing this, you give them nothing new to argue with. You've calmly ended the conversation, and you're the one in control. So there you have it. Two brand new, surprisingly powerful tools for your communication toolkit. And yeah, they might seem like total opposites, but together, they give you the flexibility to handle pretty much any social situation that comes your way. So let's recap real quick. You've got the parroting technique to keep conversations going and learn more about people, and you've got the broken record method to protect your peace and set your boundaries. One opens the door, and the other politely closes it. Because really, that's the whole point, isn't it? It's about feeling confident. It's about knowing you can walk into any room, start a chat with anyone, and have the skills you need to navigate it, no matter where it goes. So now, the only thing left is to actually try them. Think about it. What's the next conversation you're going to have? Are you going to use parroting to get a friend to open up about their new project? Or are you going to keep that broken record phrase in your back pocket for that one question you're always dreading? The power is officially yours.